Ladies and gentlemen, with the release of Ideal City event, the 10th batch of Operators Module is finally here. This time it's for Hookmaster and Ambusher Specialist. Also a new module for Pozyomka. And a second module for Fartooth and Spectral. Like always, I will give a review and a tier list of which Operators Module to prioritize to unlock and upgrade. The tier list is based on how significant the module is to strengthen that operator. How significant is the module to fix the operator's drawback? And how significant the module is to make them more useful in general gameplay. But of course, this is from my own judgment. So take it with a grain of salt. But it should give you a clearer view of which module to prioritize. So without further ado, let's get started. First, let's start with Pozyomka. She got the Y module, which is I considered a better module type for heavy shooter. This will make her deal critical damage and ignore the enemy's physical dodge when she attacked an enemy in the tiles directly in front. And also increase her HP and attack stats. This is a great module with a unique ability to ignore physical dodge. Not to mention this suits her best skill, that is her skill 3. As for the module upgrade, it will increase the attack stat of her typewriter. An important upgrade to take to make her typewriter even stronger. Pozyomka is already a top tier unit even in her pre-module. So this module will significantly help her to become stronger. Now, let's see Miss Valentine's second module, that is the Y module. With the Y module, when she attacked an enemy and that enemy survived her attack, she will gain 1 SP. And it will also boost her HP and attack. Unlike Firewatch, who constantly needs her S1 to active. Or to ease the burden of her S2 big SP cost. Fartooth doesn't really need this. It's a good module to charge her skill 2 faster. But doesn't mean much for her best skill, that is her skill 3. Because that skill already have a low SP cost and good uptime. And undeniably her X module will suit both skill 2 and skill 3 better. That makes her deal more damage depending on how far the enemy is. Additionally, if you want SP recovery boost, other operators can help her out. As for the module upgrade, it's straight up bad. It improved her first talent instead of adding something new to her second talent. This will reduce the time for her first talent to active and adding extra attack speed. Now, because Fartooth has a very long range, you most likely put her away from danger. Not to mention the deployment order, or if there's a bait unit. So not only this time reduction for her talent is unnecessary, but also her HP boost. Also, the attack boost is lower than her X module. And the funniest thing is that you will receive +7 attack speed in level 3 upgrade. Which is the same amount you get from her X module stat boost. Overall, it's better if you focus on her X module. Now let's see for Spectral's second module, the Y module. That will increase her substitute HP by +10%. And giving extra HP, defense and attack stats. While this module will make her and the substitute tankier. But what makes her substitute special is the AoE arts attack and movement reduction. What this module aims is to make Abyssal Hunters team stronger. This will give them more HP and SP recovery boost. And with Gladia's HP regeneration talent, it will make the hunters recover more HP. The SP recovery, while not stackable, but at level 3 it's the biggest all Abyssal Hunters can get. This is an S tier to those who want to make Abyssal Hunter team composition. But overall I'll put this at A. As using this Y module will leave you with Spectral's mediocre substitute. Knowing how good her substitute is with X module, I can't just ignore it. Additionally, you might find her buff is enough even without the Y module. Especially if you're not playing Abyssal Hunter niece, and you can put other operators in the stage. In conclusion, her X module is more versatile and better in general content. And it suits her Trayan skills that encourage you to swap her with the substitute. And choose her Y module if you're going to use Abyssal Hunter's strategy. Next up, let's see Ambusher Specialist. Currently all ambushers got the X module. That will decrease the movement speed of all enemies in range by -20%. 20% movement reduction hardly does anything. But this can be stacked with other operators. So, let's see Ethan first. Ethan got himself the X module and HP and attack stat boost. Although his utilities don't focus on damage. And his trail already makes him pretty safe from any kind of attack. But overall it's a nice extra stats. For the module upgrade. At level 2 it will increase his talent bind duration by 0.5 seconds. And at level 3 it will increase the chance for it to be active to 28%. With S2M3, you have a 75% chance to bind enemies. And with the module upgrade your chance is now 84%, making it more consistent. But the best part is coming from the 3.5 seconds bind duration. Ethan has a 3.5 seconds attack interval. This means once the enemy's bind duration ended, he can instantly bind them again. Ethan is already a reliable crowd control unit. And with this extra bind duration and talent activation chance he is more awesome. On top of that, 4-star rarity module isn't expensive. So my homie deserves the top seat. Now for Manticore. Manticore got X module, extra attack and defense stats. Much like Ethan she is also more on crowd control instead of dealing damage. And with her invisibility talent, she is safer from attack than Ethan. But well, this extra stats is welcomed. When talking about the module slow effect and her skill 1. If I count this right. The X module movement reduction with her S1M3 will stack multiplicatively. So enemy should end up having a -60% movement reduction. When they enter her range and she inflicts her S1. That's more or less equivalent to Saria S3M3. Overall not bad, but it's a shame the module won't do much to her S2. And I think it's not that significant when compared with her S1M3. And the module upgrade is also not good. It will only increase the attack of her talent. Whereas I think it will be better to decrease the cooldown of her invisibility. For Manticore, I'll put her at B. The slow from level 1 module is nice, and you might want to stop there. Now for Kirara. This gamer girl is a DPS and survival oriented ambusher. So movement speed reduction won't mean much. The stats from the module will boost her HP and defense. Hypergriff really pushing the idea that Kirara is not the best damage dealer. But she can stay near enemy spawn points and be cute. And maybe kill some thrash mob while she is at it. As for the module upgrade. It will increase her HP regeneration talent. Adding 0.5% to the base regeneration at level 2. And adding 0.5% when there's no ally around her at level 3. Since this module comes with HP boost, she will get more HP regeneration. I'm quite surprised by the difference. She's still not a very effective operator yet. Especially in the DPS department, and might still need a healer. But this module upgrade suits her abilities. For now, I'll put her module at B. Now for the 6th star, we have Mizuki. Mizuki already has 2 modules in the CN server. But Global currently only has his X module. And it gives extra HP and attack stats. Well, 20% movement reduction isn't much. But Mizuki has a skill 3 that expands his range. Meaning his movement reduction can cover more tile. Not something that means much usually, but who knows. So now let's see the upgrade. The module upgrade will make his first talent target 2 enemies instead of 1. All of his skills are tied with talent 1, so we're in a good direction here. With his skill 1, it means he can inflict big arts damage to another target. With his skill 2 now he can bind 3 targets. And skill 3 can stun 4 targets instead of 3. Overall making his crowd control much better. For this I'll put him at A. It's a great module for him. But I won't put it at the top just yet. There's still some of his issues left unfixed. And for a 6-star rarity, the level 3 upgrade isn't really extraordinary. But don't hesitate to focus on this module. Because I consider his second module is a worse option. Now for Hookmaster Specialist. Currently all Hookmaster also got their X module. That will make them deal lots damage to the enemy they pulled. I don't know about you, but I feel like this module base effect suits push stroke more. Because most of the time we use Hookmaster to drag the enemies into a hole. Though on other occasion we use them as another attacker unit. Or straight up using them to block an enemy. Especially Gladiia is quite a reliable blocker. But doing this might render the level 1 effect useless. When they pull an enemy to them, they will block that target. And they no longer pull or deal lots damage to that enemy. Might be useful in a position like this where the operator can pull the blocked enemy. But it's not always available. Anyway, let's take a look at the operators, starting with Rope. Rope got the X module with extra HP and attack. To all Rope lovers, I'm sure you know what makes her unique from other Hookmaster. That is, her second skill makes her able to pull a further away enemy. And that means she will able to deal more damage from her module. But I doubt you'll often pull an enemy from this tile. And this kind of straight lane tiles might be not always available. For the module upgrade, it's not good either. It will increase Rope's physical dodge. But it won't increase it to 50%, so I don't trust her dodge. So I'll put her at the bottom of the priority. Now for Cliffheart. She also got the X module and it will increase her attack and defense. As for the module upgrade, it will enhance her talent, giving even more attack and defense when not blocking. A decent upgrade to increase her DPS. Especially because she has the ability to inflict true damage with her S2. For this, I'll put her at B. You can unlock and upgrade it if you wanted to increase her damage output. Otherwise, if only for pulling enemies into a hole, her module priority is low. Next up, Snowsant. She got the X module and HP and defense bonus. The stats can't be more wrong. And the module upgrade is also terrible. It increased the silence duration by 2 seconds on each level to infected creatures. The infected creature that can be silenced is quite rare after chapter 6. And her silence is not reliable. So yes, bottom of the priority. Last but not least, my favorite Bloodborne waifu. Gladiia got the X module and it will increase her HP and attack. The stats are on point to increase her damage. And increasing her HP regeneration talent. The level 1 effect of this module affects her pretty much the same way the others do. Although with her second skill that let her continuously pull to enemies. You can constantly deal additional arts damage. And it will surely increase the damage of her skill 3 burst. But her module upgrade is what you truly want to get. It will improve her first talent HP regeneration and damage reduction. Making her bulkier to act as a blocker. And to increase the survivability of other abyssal hunters. Especially with Spectral and Skadi HP boost. Take a look at this Skadi versus that Sarkaz. With Gladiia HP regeneration and damage reduction boost, Skadi becomes more resilient against the attack and almost self-sustain. Without a doubt this is a top tier module if you're going to play with abyssal hunters. Or even if not, this is a great module for herself. And unlike the other abyssal hunters, there's almost no alternative to the buff that Gladiia provide. So I'll put her at the top. And there you have it folks, the 10th batch of Operators module. I hope this will help you to decide which module to prioritize. That should be all. Adios.
いや悪いね。
なんたる屈辱。
え？
もう行きなさい。